You're watching the video tour for Far Cry, the first-person shooter from Crytek and Ubisoft. Now, Far Cry started off as a technical demonstration for the CryEngine, known as Exile, a game that was actually about dinosaurs. So over time, the game evolved into a first-person shooter that starts on a tropic isle and ends somewhere very, very different. Far Cry's single-player game consists of about 20 levels, which take place in either indoor or outdoor environments. If you've been following Far Cry's development and have seen some of our previously posted screenshots and movies, then you're probably familiar with Far Cry's outdoor areas. They're huge, open tracts of tropical island lined with trees, inland rivers, and mountains, which house encampments of enemy soldiers. In the single-player game, you play as Jack Carver, a man with a mysterious past who has retired and become a charter boat captain in the South Seas. Carver is hired by Valerie Cortez, a nosy reporter who is investigating a reported disturbance and a possible cover-up in the tropics surrounding a mysterious research complex run by an equally mysterious scientist named Krieger. Carver's boat gets blown up, and the bad guys kidnap Valerie, so it's up to Carver to save the girl, solve the mystery of Krieger's research, and get out of there alive. The single-player game includes several challenges against squads of soldiers that exhibit squad-based AI. The soldiers band together in groups and lay down covering fire for their buddies as they track you down, but they don't magically lock onto your position and keep you pinned forever either. Far Cry soldiers also have leaders, so if you can get rid of an enemy lieutenant, the other enemy soldiers will be a lot less organized and maybe easier to take out. Later on in the game, you'll break into Krieger's compound and be forced into close-quarters battles against enemy soldiers, though the scientist's research apparently involves creatures that aren't quite human. In any case, Far Cry equips you with over a dozen different weapons in both single-player and multiplayer, which include conventional weapons like pistols, sniper rifles, assault rifles, and submachine guns, as well as more over-the-top weapons like a powerful personal rocket launcher that can send enemies flying through the air. Far Cry's graphics engine models physics not only for the death animations of its various enemies, but also for its 5 drivable vehicles. All of Far Cry's vehicles are useful for getting around quickly, though some also have powerful mounted weapons. The game features the Humvee, the Buggy, the Zodiac powerboat, a heavier gunboat, and the Paraglider, which lets you go hang gliding, at least until you fly into sight range of your enemies. Fortunately, Far Cry lets you scout out your surroundings, and you'll need to do this in the single-player game since you're taking on a small army all by yourself. The game has a radar display at the bottom left corner of your screen that indicates the location of nearby enemies, provided you sighted them, as well as whether or not they've seen or heard you. To scout out your surroundings, you can of course listen for the sound of footsteps and chatter from enemy guards. Though you can also use either the scope on your sniper rifle or the binoculars item, which lets you see far-off locations, and actually eavesdrop on any enemies you happen to sight. Far Cry's powerful graphics engine has a draw distance of 1 kilometer. That basically means that all of your surroundings, your enemies, vehicles, and foliage are all rendered in real time in a huge radius of 1 kilometer all around you. It also means that you can scout out areas well in advance, and if you've got a sniper rifle, you may be able to pick off enemies at a distance before they can come after you. You can also pick up a pair of special night vision goggles, or CryVision goggles, that help you see your surroundings in low light areas, and also distinguish living enemies from scenery. Far Cry also has a set of multiplayer modes that include free-for-all deathmatch, basically head-to-head play with every man for himself, team deathmatch, and assault. Assault is a team-based mode in which 2 teams of players either assault or defend an objective consisting of multiple goals that must be captured within a time limit. Depending on the map and game type, multiplayer also features Far Cry's vehicles as well as a few multiplayer-only items, like the wrench, which can be used to repair damaged vehicles. In addition to a full single-player game and online multiplayer support, Far Cry also comes with a sandbox editor. This powerful tool can be used to create huge outdoor or detailed indoor maps using an interface that resembles a standard Microsoft Windows program. The editor lets you terraform your maps, adding variable heights like mountains and valleys, as well as trees, water, enemies, weapons, vehicles, camera angles, lighting, and plenty of other options. If you're a meticulous map maker, you can even jump into your map from a first-person view to see just how the map will look when you're finished, then jump back out to the editor and make your adjustments accordingly. Far Cry offers a comprehensive single-player game, online multiplayer modes, and powerful editing tools that may help extend the game's staying power considerably, especially if devoted fans get on board and create lots of new content for the game after launch. The game is scheduled for release on March 23rd.